Hello, friends. Welcome back to AOE 2 Definitive Edition. Don't mind that real quick. I was just checking something. Um, I've decided, especially since I know now that I was an idiot for certain features on OBS, um, it's still gonna take me. Let's check. I think the last ones we did were the Mayans. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 2 weeks more worth of AoE 2. And unfortunately, I just don't want, not unfortunately, of course, but I don't really want to waste your guys' time anymore with this series. It's taking a long time, and the only thing we're looking at are the unique things and uh the kind of monuments and such. That's kind of it. So what I'm thinking, because I know what I know now, I'll just put the rest of them into one video. Um I'll put just the names of everyone in the description, like of the all of them that's in here, and then I'll just do it that way. And then we'll be done with it now. I can move on to other things. But next up would be the Mongols. How I'm gonna kind of structure this one is I'm gonna uh, talk about each one, and then you'll see me jump to when I'm uh, showing off the unit, and then I will then lastly come back and show you the monument that is, or the wonder that they have. And so this video should only be roughly, I want to say, less than 20 minutes long, so still roughly the same amount, but we'll be presenting all of them still. So next up is Mongols. They are a cavalry archer civilization. The cavalry archers fire 25% faster. Light cavalry, hussars, steppe lancers have plus 30% hit points. That's pretty good. And hunters work 40% faster. Unique units are the Mangudai, the cavalry archer. The unique techs are nomads. Lost houses do not decrease population headroom. That's really good, actually, because you could potentially lose, mainly because you can't make any more units after losing houses. So that's pretty solid. And then drill, siege workshop units move 50% faster. That's really good, especially how slow they are. The team bonus, scout cavalry, light cavalry, and hussars have +2 line of sight. Alrighty, guys, I will, of course, see you in a moment. Hi, guys. Welcome back. I am a little bit early, and the reason is, I did end up taking that guy, one of my commenters. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't right now. His advice was to use cheats to help out, make it a little bit faster, and I thought, well, it's not necessary. These are like 13-minute videos, but for the concept of this one, I kind of looked into it a little bit, and now I'm able to get instant everything. So I like talking to you guys a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is this will still make it pretty quick. In fact, it doesn't even matter how many. Villagers don't matter at this point because I don't need increased work speed or anything. So we're going to quickly build up everything, and then you'll see me go through all of them pretty quick, actually. So let's get this going, shall we? These are very pretty buildings and everything as normal. Unfortunately, like I said, I would love to see a bit more. But yes, now I don't have to necessarily wait for anything to be built up. You just I can put it immediately, and I'll see if I have to do that for every one of them. Our church, our temple, pretty much. Build our last one here in the corner. Where's the other guys at? Build up some walls here, just to show that off, of course. Including a little tower. Look at her. She looks like Vanna from. Oh, well, that kind of works still. You see most of the tower, and it looks kind of cool in the little wood area. That's not that I really needed, but I'll show these off as well. I think I already got this. Yeah. What upgrades do they have anyway? They don't have the building one, which makes me think, thank God. Look at all that. That's actually very pretty. I remember seeing those before. I can't remember on who though. And then lastly, bam, everything all nice and everything. Oh, we didn't build a castle. That's what we need to build still. Beautiful castle. I think we have seen those before as well. Then we get to see what the unique is for this. Alrighty, there we are. So the unique units are the Mongolies, yeah. Mongols unique cavalry archer with fast firing attacks, strong versus siege weapons and infantry, weak versus skirmishers. So we can build the 5 to show off. A really cool unit looking so far, at least, and see their stats and everything. They have 6, 0, 0, 4, but 60 health, making them pretty tanky off the bat. Then with their upgrade, it turned them to 8, and they get 1 armor for physical and 4 still. So it's these two change around, making them pretty good. Lastly would be the our Wonder, which looks absolutely amazing. You still see, I believe, structures that have this design type still very current in Mongolia, which it is amazing. I can't imagine how they managed to get everything kind of put up and built. It looks like a town hall kind of thing, like maybe the Capitol building, kind of where they gathered and everything like that. It even has like these little pyres kind of show of strength out front, I think, if that's what they are at least. But that is it for the Mongols. So let's quickly resign. Yes. Oh my God, I've been defeated. Leave map. And then we're just gonna, yes, I don't care. Gonna move on to our next one. Let's see who it is. Next up is the Persians. They are a cavalry civilization. They start with plus 50 wood and food. Their town center has dock, 2 times the amount of hit points, and work rate plus 10% for feudal, 15% for castle, and 20% for imperial age. The unique unit is the war elephant. Unique text is the Commodron. Archer line gold cost is replaced by additional wood cost. That's pretty good. And Mahouts, war elephants are 30% faster. Also, knights for the team bonus. Knights have a +2 attack versus archers. Pretty stellar. I'll have to see if the cheat is still going. It might not. Yeah, so really quick, age. There we go. That's the cheat to make them go all real quick and everything. So that's technically only one house I think would be roughly necessary because of this. So unfortunately these last bits are not going to be quite as quite similar looking as our normal ones. I will build up all of these guys for the sake of this. Build up our barracks. This guy is trying to get down here. Where's our water at? Did I try to build somebody? Why does it have like a little red thing? I don't have anyone being built. You need to build more houses. Oh. Oh, there we go. I was like, why is it showing that off? Come on down. Wherever this water's at, man, this water's hiding from me. There it is. Man, what is with this spawn for the water? That's crazy. Get then our docks built. Age up to 2. Ooh, God, it's always so nice to see something like fairly different than what we're used to, and this is definitely a little less common than we typically see in everything. Build that there. Build this guy right here. Then build up our remaining towers and everything. Or not towers, but our remaining... That's a really small seed shop, by the way. I didn't even notice that until now. Build up like a little wall there, and then also the... like speed running almost, in a way. And for the sake of this, I can just build this up. Ah, it's so pretty. Move him out of the way so we can build up our other things, like our temple, our university. Man, I still really can't get over how beautiful AOE 2 really is. At least the remaster. The AOE, like the first iteration was still pretty good looking, but this is super pretty. I definitely wish games took a little bit more, kind of design like this and everything like that. No wall upgrade for them, by the way, which is actually really uncommon. We're also going to build up our castle so we can see our unique units. It's a very kind of traditional style castle, by the way. War elephants, so they are considered a cavalry, I think, aren't they? The war elephant Persians unique units, slow and powerful cavalry. Yeah, weirdly enough, you kind of would think they would be what's it called? Siege units, technically, like almost like a battering ram. Slow and powerful cavalry, strong versus buildings and units at close range, weak versus monks. You just can't catch up to them fast enough. They have 15 damage to them and have 1, I think, close range armor and 2 ranged armor and 450 health. Lastly, you can boost up to the end. I like the little bubble roof that they always get for these ones. You can upgrade them properly now and they get 20 attack. Man, plus 7. That's crazy. And then 2, I think another range and 600 health, making them pretty solid. And let's go see, lastly, I think that's everything. These a wonder, which is, oh my god, a massive... that looks like it has to be like a temple of some kind, which is crazy. There we go. Man, that is a crazy looking structure. It might be a temple. I think it's a temple. It does have like a little door on the inside, which makes me wonder what it could be. But it does look really cool. Like, look at that ornate detail on the top. These little like spauldrons on top and everything, little twist. It's so pretty. Green surprisingly matches, like, of course, the flowers and everything. But that is it for Persia. I believe I was. Yeah, Persians. Resign. Yeah, we're gonna be defeated again. I know I cheated. I'm not playing against anyone. I desperately wish more RTSs would just let me play these games by myself. Next up on our list is the Poles. I don't think this is... I think this might be the Polish. Yeah. I was like... There was potentially, I think, another civilization that referred to themselves as the Poles, not the Polish. So, no, Polish call themselves Polish because they're Poland. So I don't remember where Poles inherently come from. I'll have to look and see on that one. They are a cavalry civilization, just like the Persians, actually. Their villagers regenerate 5 HP per minute in dark, 10 in feudal, 15 in castle, and lastly 20 in imperial age, making them actually pretty good. They do take a little bit of damage. Full work replaces the mill. Oh, we get to see that, actually. It's a different structure, too. And stone miners generate gold in addition to stone. I've definitely played them before. I remember that being an incredible buff that they get. That stone miners thing. That is crazy. Getting gold like that and everything. Unique units are the Abuk infantry and the winged hussar for cavalry. Their unique text is a Schlatza. Schlatza, it might be how you say it. It's definitely probably not. Privileges. I wonder if you heard that, man. Oh, the other side. Their knights cost 60% less gold, and then the Lechitic Legacy light cavalry deal trample damage. Oh, they can run people over? The light cavalry can. That's crazy. Team bonus, scout cavalry, light cavalry, and hussars have plus attack versus archers. Just like I think the Mongols actually. Oh, they just get line of sight. These get attack versus archers. And those guys get 2 attack versus archers. Man, these guys are kind of sharing some themes here. But that's them. Let's get this going. Is there any other really tiny map that I could play as? Because we've been playing the same map, so maybe if I could find like another really tiny. I find really tiny map. Really small tiny map. It's like the only one. I'll do hamburger. For the sake of it. I think we did that one once before. Already. Pulse tip. Build farms adjacent to fall works to immediately receive some food from each farm. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, let's get that going. Build one of their homes and also their fall work, which is a different structure than normal, which is pretty cool. We haven't been able to see many other structures, of course. I think it has said there's like a closer to the middle there's some water. That was my main thing, I think, when choosing other maps, was the water thing. Let's just continue forward. Oh, man, the gray roofing is always so cool looking. Build up our mine. There we go. I was like, mine. Find me water, please. So it's like in the center over here. Oh no, it's like oh, it's going the opposite direction actually. It's the outside that gets the water. I was thinking of the other one. I was just playing too. Oh yeah, it's already there. Build up this. Ooh, that's a cool looking little dock and everything. This one's much better. I don't have to risk there being any trees to get in my way. There we go. Up them again. We're gonna boost up and get some walls here. Like a little gap, and including also the tower. They also get a bomb tower too. Just a little different looking. Build up our castle, by the way. That is impressive looking. I cannot lie, that is just gorgeous looking. I would live in that castle if I could. Also the university. Let's see for the sake of this what the university can give. Oh, we do get the crane, which is pretty cool. Tower, that upgrade. That one. We also, I think, have to get chemistry to get the bomber tower out here. But let's look at our unique units, which are these guys. These guys are a unique. What are they called? Let me see. The Abuch, something like that. Polish. Oh, they are Polish. Oh my god, I was right. I was like, I think they call themselves the Poles during things and everything. I was like, but I thought I was wrong for some reason. The unique infantry unit, which can damage the armor of units it is fighting. Strong versus building and infantry, weak versus archers at long range. Their damage, they come with 8 damage and heavily armored against both close and range, and have 80 health, making them actually pretty tough. Including, let's see, actually I do have to come down here because the knight, I believe, is the one that ends up turning into the other unit we get. Let's quickly upgrade these guys though real quick. They get 10, 2, 2, so they, I believe, got a little more damage. Yeah, they got 2 more damage, and then they got about 15 more health. Pretty solid. You can also then upgrade them to cavaliers. I think it's these guys. Yes. But I thought. These are the winged cavaliers. They have 9 damage, 1 physical, and 2 armor, making them pretty solid. Especially because they don't lose their costs when you upgrade them, so they are just 80 food the entire time, which is awesome. We are also going to grab... We don't usually get the bomber towers very often, so we're going to grab that just to look at it. It's a little bit different. Oh, you get one off the bat. Yeah, it's because we get a scout, I think, off the bat. But it does have these. That's really cool looking. Like, it's like a break in it to give it the cannons. Lastly, of course, we're going to see our wonder, which is an absolutely Goliath church. Oh my god. Why is this thing the size of like 6 houses in diameter, kind of like around? Oh my god, that's huge. Oh, that's so pretty too. Those accents of like the kind of copper color. The gold right here, kind of in this corner being a little more important. Oh my god, it's a beautiful church. Absolutely beautiful. But that will be it for the Polish. We're gonna resign as always, yes. Oh my god, I've been defeated. As I know. Slowly gonna become excellent at getting out of these games. Next up on our list is the Portuguese. They are a naval and gunpowder, so we definitely need to go to that the water side of things. All units cost 20% less gold. Wow, that's really solid. Technologies research are 30% faster. Ships have plus 10 HP. Can build Feotia in I don't know what the Feotoria is. Feitoria. In Imperial Age. I don't know what that is yet. The lastly unique, not lastly, but unique units, the organ gun, the siege, I think is crazy. I think I've seen it actually used too. And the caravel, a warship. Unique techs are the Carrack. Ships have plus 1 physical or close range, I think, and long range armor. And the arquebus gunpowder units are more accurate. The team bonus is line of sight is shared with the team starting in the Dark Age. That's really good. Just being able to see with each other's maps pretty much. Alrighty. The arquebus technology has improves the gunpowder and bomber towers. Really? Ooh, it's so pretty. I haven't had like a different looking thing in a while. Alrighty, let's get to work as usual. Build up our normal stuff here. Actually want this. Oh, she's going to fish already. And then lastly, our barracks right there. And I can already age up. The reason I like getting these guys just for the sake of this. So let's see. They say there's another ship I can make like early. It seems. Our galley, cannon galley. That's our special ship right there. What item? What thing did they say I could make pretty much? I don't remember. It had like a different name. This green's almost... I think it's pretty, but it's almost too much pretty. What was I building there? I think I was building the dock for some reason again.
Construir. Sim.
Build up our other units.
Construir.
I will find it. Whatever that item was, I will find it.
Construir.
Quais as vossas?
Get everyone to build everything up all nice and quick.
Construir. Olá.
Including the tower. They also, I think, get a bomber. Yeah, they also get a bomber tower.
Construir.
I'm just gonna check around because it says I could build something specific in certain areas, and I just don't know what that is. At least not off the bat.
Dir-me-ei.
Of this, I believe. Ooh, okay. Oh,
Quais as vossas?
for once I have to build a second house.
Construir.
Come on. I should just build the, what's it called? The other one.
Olá. Farei.
The castle real quick. There we go, the caravel. A 6 damage to it. And 8 ranged armor. That's pretty good. And 6 range attack as well. I don't know what the 6 close range is. Or is that just a range they have with the attack? So they can go sit. That must be it. I must have been completely thinking differently the whole time. 143 for health as well. Don't think I can get the upgrades for it yet, quite yet.
Sim.
But I can get the other buildings out here.
Construir.
Nice little church.
Estou pronto.
Our university as well.
Construir.
Move our guy out of there.
Sim.
And then our castle, which another one of those very pretty kind of normal looking castles. I still love them nonetheless. This is up here. We're gonna upgrade the walls and that Bomber tower. Oh, it actually has another upgrade too. Oh, the castle. They're always so cool looking. They're like the best, some of the best ones in the game. The organ gun. Let's get a couple of these guys out.
Ao seu dispor, farei no-way.
A little slower. I don't think they have that speed. I think they just have this one. So their attacks, on the other hand, 16 and then 4. So I'm assuming the idea is they shoot 4 kind of projectiles at the same time. Each one does 16 damage. They also have 7 range to them, 2 close range armor and 4 ranged armor. Or 2 melee armor, 4 range, that's what it is, and 60 health. Let's read them out. Portuguese unique siege unit fires a volley of bullets. Strong versus large groups of units, weak versus cavalry and Mongols. I didn't read this one, by the way, I think. Portuguese unique ship that fires bolts that pierce multiple units. Strong versus large groups of ships and weak versus fire ships. I think I could see here, actually. By the way, this thing can build Praetoria and Imperial Age. I think that's the last one, so I have to see what that means in a moment. What does that mean? So I'm an Imperial Age now. What is the Praetoria? I will quickly build up this and get these upgrades so that I could show off these guys' as cannon towers, which are a little different looking. What is the Praetoria? And cannon, cavalry archer. That's it for those two, I think. Just in case, I'll check what these guys are. Champions and halberders. Let's also see the upgrade these guys get. So they get 20 instead. 2 more ranged, and then I think 10 more health. That's a lot of stuff, actually. Praetoria, I'm finding you. I'll find you one way or another. Funsies. What is the Praetoria? Oh, let's also build a unique one right here. Gives you 8 damage, 8 range health, 7 and 165, making them just a little bit better by all means. This Praetoria thing is gonna confuse me. And build Praetoria in Imperial Age. Is it
Estou
a
pronto.
building? Oh, it is an economic building. Generates resources without the need of villagers. Unique unit to the Portuguese. So these get, oh my god, they get another building too?
Construir.
So these are pretty much the banks that AoE 3 takes over, I believe.
Sim,
These are very unique and allow for also some damage, because I'm assuming it's kind of like a tower thing. I think these generate maybe every resource, I guess, in this game over time, which is really cool. Man, that's awesome. I love it when they always introduce things like the new buildings and all that.
Entendido.
Then, lastly, we have, of course, our wonder. Oh my god, it's an even cooler castle.
Construir.
Look at it. That thing is massive. It's got a tinier drawbridge just in front of it, too. Imagine a moat and everything, too. Man, that is crazy. Talk about living in these kind of castles when you got this kind of castle. That's incredible looking. But that'll be it for the Portuguese. Gonna continue onwards. I've been defeated once more. Yes, guy. Yes, Chicos. Yes, 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 yes. Next up, let's see, is speed. The Saracens, I think. They are camel and naval civilization. Market trade costs only 5%. Is that like always the cost is 5% rather than like a shift kind of thing? Market cost 100 less wood. Well, they also seem to be kind of an economic based civilization. Transport ships have 2 times the hit points and 2 times the carry capacity. Man, naval battles with these guys is probably crazy. Yeah, galleys attack 25% faster, and camel units have plus 10 HP. A unique unit is the Mameluke, the camel rider. The unique techs are zealotry. Camel units have 20% or plus 20 more hit points, and counterweights, trebuchets, and Mongol lines have plus 15% attack. Team bonus, lastly, is a foot archers have plus 2 attacks versus buildings. Pretty good. Let's get them going. Their tip is a cheaper market and efficient market trade bonus allows you to easily balance your economy. Yeah, they don't really have technically economy civs, but this is pretty much an economy civ for the most part. Alright, let's get this going. Build up this as well. Build up our mill. Oh, I forgot to do my thing. There we go. Completely forgot about it. Also do, of course, all of our unit-based buildings. Got the 2, hey, another one of these kind of civilizations based on appearance. Next up is these items. This one. This one. I don't mind. Give me some wall to build. Ooh, these guys don't get the bomber tower. Okay, I already built that one, that's what I thought. So instead we're gonna build up our market. Very cool. Get the upgrade. Look at that. It's all nice and everything. That's what this is why I was like decided I was like I'm just gonna kind of speed this up because we've practically seen every single type of civilization in the sense of like aesthetics and everything. I didn't want you guys feeling like I'm just giving you the same video, but like literally only 45 seconds worth of actually different content. That's why I did this specifically. I got temple and place, so we can upgrade these 2, show it off. And of course our castle would be the last thing left. Oh, and our siege siege structure. Then lastly the castle. So this is almost similar to that other one I think we saw earlier. Which is pretty nice. Let's see our unique units, which is camel riders. They have an 8 to their damage, no armor either wise, and 3 range. They also have 75 health. But we can also get the upgrade that gives them 20 more, giving them 95. Lastly, we get our last upgrade there, and we can boost them once more. And they go up to 10, 1 armor for close range, and 110 health, making them very fast. Not to mention their 55 and 85 gold cost, which isn't too bad. The Saracens, unique camel unit with ranged melee attacks. They are strong versus cavalry, but weak versus archers. Lastly, as always, we have... Well, let's actually quickly, just for the sake of this... That's a roughly different looking tower than I'm used to, so that's pretty cool looking to me. Our wonder for these guys is a absolutely amazing looking spire. Oh, that's crazy looking. Oh wow, these are definitely the type of wonders I think kind of have a bit more beauty than the ones that are like large castles or like standard temples and churches and stuff, which is saying a lot, seeing as how I think those buildings have immense kind of beauty to them. But these ones always, because they're so different than what you expect a civilization to particularly build, which is it's probably still a temple by the looks of it. It looks like people would come up to the top, probably sit in the middle area right here and then pray. The whole kind of closer to God kind of with height thing that many civilizations tend to believe in. But there's like such a different interpretation of it. It's just a wonderful building. Give this kind of thing a bit more attention because of how different and unique it is. It's pretty cool. But that will be it for the Saracens. I really definitely am saying their name wrong. I wish I knew how to say their name correctly. On to our next, which then would be the Sicilians. They are infantry and cavalry civilization. They start with 100 stone. Castles and town centers are built 100% faster. Doesn't matter for this. Haha. Land military units except siege weapons. So cavalry and infantry and archers receive 50% less bonus damage. That's pretty good. Farm upgrades provide 100% additional food. That's really good. Donjon replaces watchtower line. Huh. I'll have to see that actually. That's a different structure. I love those. Their unique unit is a sergeant. I think that's how you say it. Infantry, unique unit. Sorry about that. Unique techs are the First Crusade. Each town center, maximum of 5, spawns a one-time batch of 7 surgeons. Units more resistant to conversion. Interesting. And the Hauberk. Knights have +1 and 2 armor. That's really good. Team bonus transport ships have +5 line of sight and cost 50% less. So keep them pretty safe and everything like that. So let's get them going. Instead of towers, you build donjons, which are more expensive but stronger and can train surgeons. That's really cool. Actually, hey man, I already got my naval. Very cool. And it's like almost stuck inside of that. Oh, forgot my... I was gonna say I'm gonna learn how to build this, like type this as fast as possible. Luckily, it doesn't start with those surgeons because I always like getting to them when I get to them properly. And then lastly, I'm gonna build them like over here this time. Hold on. Alright. There we go. They look like European base. Or I have to look a little bit later on. I remember this, of course, these building type as we often see and everything. But I just can't remember right now. That one, our market. Then our other... Ooh, those are the donjons right there. I see them up top. There we go. Our siege. And then our... Or not siege, but cavalry. Then we can also build... Actually... a wall real quick, because I want to see these donjons. Oh wow, they're much beefier. How much do they cost typically? 175 stone. That's a lot more. Not to mention the ability to train units is baffling from one of these. They also have, they're way tankier than a normal tower and have 5 attack, 8 range to it, and 7 ranged armor. That's really crazy. Not to mention, it looks like it says they had a line of these, so definitely also more upgrades to it, which is really cool. You guys are gonna build up. Yeah, just have him. That is a absolutely Goliath. Why is that? Not cavalry. Siege structure so huge. That is a massive siege structure. That's really cool. The others, let's see here. Let's get our normal other buildings out. Some of these buildings don't look as familiar as I expected them to. Like that looks very familiar. The university right there. But that temple didn't look like the most standard. It definitely looks a little more church-like than some of them I've seen. And then our castle. That's the pretty standard-esque castle. University. Oh no, they actually don't have any upgrades for either of them. And I don't believe they have a bombard tower either. Yep, they don't. So the unique units are those surgeons. Look at them go. They have 8 damage. Wow, that's crazy. 3 and 3 armor and 65 make them really tanky. And they can be built from here too. And they're really cheap too. 60 and 35. They're the Sicilians' unique infantry unit which can construct donjons. They can even construct donjons themselves. Man, these guys are awesome. That is really cool. Up to our Imperial Age. Get these guys upgraded to elite surgeons, which give them 11 damage, 4 and 4 and 85. That's really cool. It'd be kind of cool too if they could build a little quicker based on the fact that they could build donjons, which are a little different. I believe that is everything. I don't believe there's any other normal upgrades, so we're gonna quickly build up our wonder as well, which is an absolutely massive church. Oh my god. I know, I think I said that for the other church, but this one is huge. Look at that, like 2-story all the way around. Got the really huge bell tower, which looks amazing. God, all these details they put on these structures, by the way, is absolutely like stellar. Ah, but that's beautiful. But it would be it for, of course, the Sicilians. Quickly resign. Yes, oh god, I've been defeated. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Speed, speed, speed. The reason I'm also doing this kind of quicker way of doing this is because I have so many things I want to do and just not the time. And so that's another reason why I get burnt out so much, is because I'm wanting to do so many things and just have to wait so long. So that's why I'm going to probably kind of speed up some of these series that I would normally take like a really long time to do. Unless they have enough difference. So stuff like this, I will probably, if I make these again, I'll probably do one video for the whole game. Including maybe AOE 3, but I'll see how to do that, because it might be like an hour long. But that's fine, if it's an hour long, to be honest. Next up for the AOE 2 is Slavs. The Slavs They are infantry and a siege civilization. Farmers work 10% faster. Supplies are free. What supplies? Which supplies? Siege workshop units are 15% cheaper. Their unique unit is the Boyars. They're cavalry units. Unique text is the detonates replaces 40% of castle and tower stone cost with wood. That's really good. And Drozina, their infantry damage adjacent units. Oh my god, that's really good. Team bonus, military buildings provide plus 5 population room. That's cool. That's pretty nice to get off the bat. You don't have to worry about houses as much for your civilizations and everything. Boyars are a cavalry unit with high armor against melee attacks and are useful against most enemy army compositions. Pretty good. Do our normal. You guys gotta go right. Build our standard stuff here. Get our that out there like that. Get our. I love the music, by the way. I very little talk about the music, but this music is really cool. Where can I build this? There we go. Build this up. Of course, start up our military structures. Next up, we'll build a quick little line and a little tower. They also don't have a bomber tower, by the way. Build this and also our market. These gray houses are still always really cool looking. I love them. But this game is definitely working with some really, really amazing music that I don't really give enough credit to them for it or anything like that. Like, I should talk about the music much more in these kind of games. I just don't, which is unfortunate, because I love music in video games. I don't know how we've managed in society to come so far as video game music being some of our greatest musical pieces. I mean, if you look at Halo alone as one of our prime examples, you get legitimately some of the best music in the world, I think, from that game alone. And of course, I'm a little bit biased, seeing as how I love video games. Pretty. Makes it nice newer colors and everything. This always stays the same, though. But this game, like those, have a wonderful music. One of the more traditional castles as well. The unique units, these guys. They are a little more expensive in the gold territory, but it's still not too bad. 80 for their unique cavalry unit. Resistance to melee attack. Pretty good. Who are they good against, by the way? They actually don't say. I guess since they said they're so good against pretty much every against every composition, they're apparently good against everything for the most part. They have, let's see their stats and everything, 12 damage off the bat with 4 armor for melee and 2 for ranged, and 100 health to start with. That's really good. Spruce this up. We got these cool little white structures now for the gold trim every time. If we boost them up properly, they then get 14 damage, 8 for close range, and 8 for melee, 3 for close range, and 30 more health. Man, they are tanking. That is bonkers. That's it for that unit, and then we have, oh my god, that structure is phenomenal. When you get there closer, she will. Look at that building. Oh my god. I talked about that spiral one being like unique, and that's why it kind of gains a bit more beauty in my eye. I don't know if you get much more unique than this structure. This is absolutely crazy. I assume this might be religious in some manner. I think those are crosses on it. That is a awesome looking structure. That's beautiful. Oh my god, those anything that looks super unique like that when it comes to buildings is just a step above the others in just incredible like feats and everything. It is I don't know how they built that, but it is nonetheless one of the coolest ones I've seen so far. But that'll be it for the Slavs. We're gonna resign like normal. Oh my god, I've just been defeated so much today. Yes, I know. I know. There we go. Skirmish. Next up on our list, we're on the last row. This has gone by very quick, which I'm pretty happy about. It's the Spanish. They are a gunpowder and monk civilization. The builders work 30% faster. Blacksmith upgrades don't cost gold. That's pretty good for a late game. Cannon galleons benefit from ballistics. Fire faster, more accurate. That's really good. And gunpowder units fire 18% faster. Their unique units are the Conquistador, mounted hand cannoneer, and the Missionary, a mounted monk. Unique text, the Inquisition, monks convert faster, and Supremacy, villagers are stronger in combat. Team bonus, lastly, is trade units generate 25% more gold. That's really good. Especially if you get enough of them, a lot of your gold would come pretty quick. Let's start them off, of course. The Spanish ship, highly mobile conquistadors are best used when maintaining a distance from melee attackers between each shot. Or start. Oh my god, like a desert one. We haven't seen one of these in quite a long time, actually. Get things going like normal. Like, let's see how fast I can properly build these structures and everything up. Go build up our everything like normal, including our military structure. There we go. Build up armory, and then she'll build that up. He's gonna start on these two as well. Their cavalry stations are always so tiny for some reason, by the way. I keep noticing that for some of these. Let's see. Perfect. We'll just get a couple more of them for the sake of this. Build up our walls. And also our tower. Then we can boost up again before they get done with that. Build up our temple. Hey, it's another one of those churches I think we saw more recently. That's pretty cool. Our university. You will build up our castle. Very pretty. I like the colorings and everything, just like normal. Build this up and we get that look nice like that. The walls up like this. And then we get to show off our units, the Conquistadors. They are, of course, Spanish's unique mounted hand cannoneer. They're strong versus infantry, but weak versus pikemen, just like any other cavalry unit. They have a 16 to damage. That's really high. 2 and 2 for armor, really good, and lastly 6 for range. And they have a 55 for health. They're also a little bit on the cheaper side for gold's sake. Then we get to boost ourselves up. Also show these guys off, because we don't get to see any kind of, usually we don't get to see too many unique kind of religious units in this game. It's usually just the monk. They have 100% faith, 7 range for their conversion, and 30 health, but they are, of course, a tad faster than the non-mounted counterpart. But I do not believe they have any upgrades. This is also one of the heaviest faith-based civilizations I've seen. I have to assume maybe their monument might be a little more faith-based as well, probably. We're going to upgrade these guys to be elites, which give them 18, 2 and 2, and 6, and 10 more health. Definitely, I think 2 more damage, and then I think some more range. I think maybe about 1.
Monday.
Lastly, like normal, actually we're gonna build up that and get up the cannons.
Monday.
Because some of these have different... We've seen these before, though, I think really recently. So one of the ones we just looked at. Lastly, our wonder is... Oh, lordy.
Construir.
I really don't understand how some of these buildings keep getting larger and larger. But this is another case of a very unique structure that I really love. These kind of tall spire-esque buildings are so cool looking compared to like the big... kind of more out like these ways kind of deal. When they're really tall like that, they almost feel more imposing. And I have to assume this is a church of some kind. But this thing's tall. This thing has got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technically stories tall. That is crazy. Especially for back when I assume it was created. That's probably pretty quick. Or pretty tall for everything. Norzine defeated. Continue forward. We're almost to the end. Almost. I'm super excited. The Tartars. They are a cavalry archer civilization. The villagers gather 50% more food from herdables. New town centers spawn 2 sheep starting in the Castle Age. I was gonna say undeads. I was like, oh god, what are these guys? Units deal plus 25% damage when fighting from higher elevation. They get the high ground. And thumb ring Pantheon tactics are free, which are some of the upgrades for the like the archer units. The unique unit is the Kashik. They are raiding cavalry and the flaming camel, which is instead the normal petard, which is the kind of blow themselves up unit for siege units. The unique techs are silk armor. The light cavalry, step lancers, and cavalry archers receive +1 in both armors. And the Turmarid siegecraft, which trebuchets have +2 range, enables flaming camels. Team bonus, lastly, cavalry archers have +2 line of sight, which is really good for any archer class. We're going to get these guys going. The Kashyyyks earn you gold as they deal damage to other units, making them ideal rage. Really? That's really interesting information that I did not know. Get our little sheet going. Get our normal stuff going and everything. I like trying to see how literally fast I can kind of speed these and everything. Build these here. Build this up. Build like oh, I love these ones. This guy is he's fishing. I was like, what is he doing over here? I saw him going back and forth. I was like, what is going on? Build up our market as well. Should have had one of these guys do that. That is fine. It's definitely interesting to see how fast you're able to kind of get this going once you can do it. I love these walls. Oh my god, these walls are so good looking. I definitely feel like I've seen them before, but those are especially like really cool. Next up, get to the Castle Age. Oh, these blue spheres and everything. And no snow to really interfere with that, which is nice. Build up our church and our university right here. Then also our well, let's see real quick. Oh, so pretty. The blue accents are so pretty. Then we're gonna get the, of course, siege structure out here. Oh, why is it with them being so large all of a sudden? It looks like they're huge. We also get the camels in here at some point. Actually, I think it's out of the castle. Which, speaking of, let's get these bad boy out. I've seen these before, but they're still so much more unique than the other castles. So it's always such a pleasant surprise to see them. You see one of these as a little, not lore by any means, but a little tidbit video game wise. I know you. One of the maps in Battlefield 1 has a castle built similar to this, which is really cool. You don't get to see them nearly as much, which I think kind of isn't the most fun. Let's see our unique units here, by the way. The Kashyyyks. The unique cavalry unit that generates gold from fighting other units. Really cool. They have 9 damage and 1 melee to range and 110 health, making them pretty tanky at that. The elite Kashyyyks instead have 11 damage, another ranged armor, and 140 health. You can also build our flaming camels from here as well. Oh god. I like how they go on fire when they move, but they're like, that's fine. We're standing still. They do 20 whole damage from them. They do, I think, just run in. Incendiary camel loaded with flammable hay and brush. Strong versus mounted units and especially elephants. But they are weak versus archers. Self-destructs when used. So they pretty much go into structures and pop them down and everything like that. I don't think they have any specific upgrades either for specifically them. They're a bit faster than the Tartars, I think, which is what really gets them as well. Get our bomber cannon out here, by the way. This one looks especially different. I love that. That's really cool looking for the cannons, and then the blue kind of accent to it as well. Lastly, our wonder for these guys is a crazy looking citadel looking structure. This one looks really cool because it almost looks arena-esque, but you know that's probably not its use. Unless it is. No, because it's got these, like, this structure on top. And it's a covered stadium. Which means, I think, like the others, this probably is a temple. Or like a council chamber almost looking structure with a very interesting top kind of almost sundial looking item on top, which is really cool. But that will be it for the Tartars. Resign like usual, yes. Oh my god, I'm defeated. Speed run. Oh god, guys, I'm sure you hear that. I'm not like looking down, but I'm looking like at an angle, and that's I think what's doing it. What's causing my neck to do that. Only 4 left. Next up is the Teutons. The Teutons, I think that's how you say it. They are an infantry civilization. Monks' healing range is twice as big. Towers garrison 2 times as many units, which make those towers really buff if you kind of load them up properly. Murder holes and herbal medicine is free. Farms cost 40% less. Town centers garrison have +10. Barracks and stable units have +1 armor in castle and imperial age, giving them +2 by imperial age. The unique units are the Teutonic Knight. Man, that sounds absolutely amazing. I want that to be a class in D&D. The Teutonic Knight sounds amazing. The unique techs are the Ironclad, which siege weapons have extra melee armor, and crenellations. +3 range to castles garrison units. +3 range to castle garrison units. Infantry fire arrows. What? Okay, hold on. I'm blanking here. +3 range castles garrisoned infantry fire arrows. I think that's pretty much saying the when you garrison units into the castle, they have +3 range and fire arrows. I think that's what it's trying to say. Lastly, team bonus units resist conversion. That doesn't. I think that means they get just a bonus to not be converted. I don't think that means complete resistance. Let's get them going, by the way. They research Ironclad Newcastle to make all your siege more resistance to melee attacks, which is really good. Seeing as how unfortunate Siege's usual downfall is the ability to not really base melee at all without the fear of it. Let's get our standards going, shall we? There. Our mill, of course, right here. Get the naval. I just like having like a full. This is like my favorite part is the full naval kind of thing. No, I don't want to build anymore. I feel like we've seen this before, but it's like somehow different looking than usual. It's more silvery than gray, I think. I could super be wrong, but I don't know.
Bereid.
Let's get market. Our this one and also this one. Think that's it, other than the walls and stuff. Definitely some quite sturdy looking walls, by the way. I know I'm kind of blocking them, sorry. But it still looks pretty cool. It's not really blocking too much anyway. Pump them up again. Oh god, the gold, the like bronze look is still really good looking, but I think the gray looks just a little better, to be honest. But I understand why they would go to bronze at some point. Build up our... This is definitely one we've seen a bit more often of. Based on some of these structures, looks super. Build up the walls, making them a little better, and then these guys are gonna get upgraded. Then lastly, our castle for these. Oh, also I think I didn't build up the cavalry. Or the siege, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's build castle up. It's a pretty standard castle again. But a little cool tunnel in the front I saw there, actually. It's also for the sake of this, just pump these guys up. That's very pretty, though, that like kind of white look gold to it. Our unique units are the Teutonic Knights, of course. They're quite slow. Wow. But they do 14 damage and have 7 melee health, 2 range, and 80 normal health. That is crazy. The upgraded variation, though, has 17 damage, 10 melee, which is really crazy, and 20 more health at 100. That's really, really up there. I know there's one more of you here. Build me my little bombard tower, because you're in a little bit different looking. Yes, that looks really cool. I love those roofing, by the way. That roofing is really interesting. Lastly, like normal, I know one of you around here somewhere. The Wonder is a very gothic looking castle, which is always a fun surprise to me, to be honest. You don't get to see the gothic as often as you'd really want to, I think. Gothic is really cool. Tell me what the Wonder is, please. But that should be it for our Teutons. Design, yes. Oh god, I've been defeated once more. I'm just on a streak. It would be unfortunate in a way if I cared enough about it that if this affected like your stats or whatever. You've had like 7 losses in a row. Like, no. Next up for us is the Turks, the Turkish, the gunpowder civilization. The gunpowder units have 25% more hit points. Researching gunpowder technology costs 50% less as well, and chemistry is free. Gold miners work 20% faster. Scout cavalry, light cavalry, and hussars have +1 to, I think, the melee or the ranged armor, I believe. Light cavalry and hussar upgrades are free. That's really good. The unique unit is the Janissaries. They're hand cannoneers. Those guys are actually really good. I think I played the Turks before as well in my free time. Unique techs. Sipahi, the cavalry archers have +20 HP, and artillery +2 to bombard towers, bombard cannons, and cannon galleons. Lastly, their team bonus gunpowder units create 20% faster. Really good. The music every time. You train Janissaries in the Castle Age before any of the gunpowder units can be traded, making that like a solid choice of it, pretty much. Send you up north. Build our normal stuff. Oh, got my right time.
Efendim?
He's going into the ocean in some way or another.
Usta.
That up there. Get also... Nope, not that one. This one. Upgrade. Ooh.
Hazır.
Get our normal buildings. Move him out of the way.
Hazır.
She's down here, so she's gonna continue up these.
Emrin?
You're also gonna build up our market, of course.
Usta.
Evet.
Siege. It's so small. I'm always so curious. I guess they just build them outside a lot more often.
Hazır.
Or the cavalry. I keep forgetting they're cavalry, not the siege. Build this small little wall. Oh, wow. Boy. I don't want that looking so funky all of a sudden. There we go. And our tower as well. Age up. Ooh, that's actually a really nice transition. Like the color-wise looks really cool looking. I also kind of like that. I would look at it more often if they just decided to do like maybe buildings kind of aging in each age like properly. Like they look like they're more advanced correlation, but if they like also got kind of wear and tear, like some like mainly the town halls for one, the big things, and these guys, anything that's the next age also I wanted to like age like weather wise and everything. Get that upgrade and that one. That's much prettier. Also build up, of course, our castle. Oh, and our siege, of course. Standard castle. Now you're around here somewhere. Where'd you go? I just had you over here. Where did I send you to build? I sent you over here, probably. Get, of course, lastly, our siege. And build up our hand cannoneers. The Janissaries. They have 17 damage, 1 melee, 8 range, and 44 health. They're the Turkish unique hand cannoneers with longer range and no minimum range, so they can just blast you front face right there. They're strong versus infantry, but weak versus archers. Boost up this all the way. Get this upgrade and the cannoneers. We just get the other one off the bat, it looks like. All the cannon towers, which look pretty cool. This guy's upgrade, which boosts him to 22 damage and another melee armor, and I think one more range plus 50 health as well. Really good. These towers, by the way, are crazy damage. 120 plus 1. Lastly, of course, is our wonder for these guys. That is, wow. Every wonder really does make you like feel wonder when I look at them, because every single time I don't know what this structure is. It looks like a capitol building, maybe. Those 4 spires on them. Oh my god, that's so cool looking. The coloration too is always like, I love the like gold and coppery colors, but this gray is always so beautiful to me. Combined with the little gold accents makes it especially beautiful. But that looks like it will be it for these guys. I think that, yeah, they only have the one. So that will be it for the Turkish. Only 2 more left, guys. Oh my god, I'm so excited. MVP, it's me. Because that's only me. Next up is the Vietnamese. They are an archer civilization. Their enemy positions are revealed at the start of the game. That's really good for planning strategy-wise. The economic upgrades cost no wood. That's also really good. And archery range units have plus 20% HP, and conscription is free. Unique units: Rattan Archer, their archer-based unit, and the Imperial Skirmisher, which is their skirmisher. Unique techs are the Tartars. Battle elephants have 100 HP. And paper money. Lumberjacks slowly generate gold in addition to wood. That's really good. Team bonus: Imperial Skirmishers upgrades available in the Imperial Age. You get an entirely new skirmisher rank than usual, and that goes to your team as well. Very cool. Vietnamese tip bonus: Allows every elite skirmishers to Imperial, which are deadly against other ranged units. That's really cool. Start off our normal.
Điện hạ có gì sai bảo? Thảo dân xin làm ngay. Dân đã rõ.
Just make you build the normal ones and send him
Thảo
down
dân xin làm ngay,
south.
Điện hạ.
Build up our
Dân phu. Dạ bẩm, có thảo dân.
range down here. We're actually gonna build this a little more
Dân
up
phu.
here.
Bái kiến
And
điện
you're
hạ.
gonna build up this one as well. Oh god, every time this one comes around, I'm so happy because it's so different than everyone else, other than the other like Asian inspired civilizations. Inspired the other Asian civilizations. It's always so pleasant to see. Build up our
Dân phu.
armory.
Thảo dân xin chờ lệnh.
Is he
Thảo dân đã
stuck?
rõ.
No. Okay, good.
Dân
I
phu.
was almost generally worried he was got stuck in there.
Dân phu.
Okay, he might generally be stuck in now. Nope. God, just be able to go in the water is so pleasant that you're not stuck in there.
Có thảo dân.
That is it other than walls, of course.
Dân phu.
And our towers, which we don't have a cannon tower for these guys. Gonna boost this up real quick.
Thảo dân xin làm ngay.
Get our church, of course, our temple, shrine, actually, I think in this situation is what they're called. Monastery.
Dân phu.
And our, of course, university. Beautiful. That's it's very different than you'd think it would look, by the way, the towers when they upgrade like that.
Bái kiến điện hạ.
Get our castle, by the way, going as well. Oh, and lastly, our siege, which I'll build it.
Dân
These
phu.
always look so cool, by the way, every time.
Dạ bẩm, có thảo dân.
Would you please also build me this siege, which has to move a little different than the other ones, unfortunately, because I didn't expect this curve so quickly. We'll, in the meantime, get out our Rattan archers. They are the Vietnamese's unique archer with high pierce armor. Strong versus archers and infantry, and weak versus cavalry and skirmishers. They have a damage of 6, of 4 ranged armor, and then 4 range to them, plus 40 health as well. I assume they're pretty cheap for the most part, 45 gold. Not too bad. And then we'll, of course, have to go here to look at our skirmishers so we can get the Imperial when time comes around for it. I believe that's it for this age. Boost this up again, by the way. Get our next tower. That looks better. Get these guys an upgrade. They get 7 damage now, 6, 5, and a little more health, by the way. I also wish I kind of made them a little bit cheaper too, but it does not, unfortunately. You can also build these guys up to be elites. They are not leaving this place, by the way. They have 4 damage, 5 range armor, and 5 range, and 42 health, making them a little more beefy than the standard skirmisher. Plus, the makes them a tad bit more proper. Not to mention the ability to give those to your teammates is really cool too.
Bái kiến điện hạ. Điện hạ có gì sai
Lastly
bảo?
would be our... I believe I did everything. Yep. Okay. Lastly would be our wonder. A beautiful kind of shrine or monastery. I think it's a shrine. I think they just call them monasteries in this game. That's a beautiful shrine. The trees and everything. I've heard Vietnam is absolutely gorgeous and that it'd be amazing to visit. This shrine looks incredible. Especially just the trees and floral accents make it just that much more better. Not to mention that. But that looks like it will be it for the Vietnamese. Yes, I want to. Oh god, I've been defeated again. We're on to our final skirmish. I'm super happy. Lastly, for us is the Vikings. I remember these boys being incredibly cheap too, by the way, which makes them crazier. They are an infantry and naval civilization. The warships cost 50% less in feudal age, 15% less in castle age, and 20% less in imperial age. The infantry have plus 20% HP, starting in feudal age. Wheelbarrow and handcart is free. Unique units are Berserk, our infantry, and the longboat, which is a warship. Unique text: the chieftains infantry deal bonus damage to cavalry, and berserker gang berserks regenerate faster, which is really cool. Lastly, the team bonus: docks cost 15% less. That's actually one of the lesser of them, I think, for team bonuses, because of the fact that docks aren't very expensive to start with, but it works for them. So we're going to start off our last one. Viking tips berserks passively regenerate health over time. Research berserker gang your castle to increase their recovery rate. Oh, they were kind to me too. They made my dock area real close. Build these guys. Amber alerts. Emergency alerts. I don't think that was for anything, actually. I'm sorry for that sound, by the way. I think it was a test thing. I didn't expect. That was a horde. I know it's a horde sound because it wants your attention. But I think it was just testing it. Build our mill, as always. That freaked me out a little more than usual, too, because I wasn't expecting that sound in any format. Age up. Oh, I see. So these are like kind of the more northern European, like Scandinavian kind of base places, it seems, is this kind of structure. I knew they were European, but I didn't know what like part they were from. Build up our everything. There's one more view around here somewhere, and I don't know where. There he is. I forgot to have her build up my other ones. For funsies, I'll bring you all out here so you can build up more stuff for me. There we go. Build up the walls and everything, including our towers. No bomber towers as well at the end here. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. I think that is everything. When can I also build this Viking ship? At the very end, the longboat. Get that going. Now also build siege. And then also, of course, our temple, our shrine, our church, and our university. And our castle. Pretty standard castle right at the end too. I think you guys usually can build them roughly around here now. Longboats, they have 7. Then the asterisk is 3, which I think it usually means they do multiple attacks on average. They have 6 ranged health and 6 range to them, and 130 health. They also do have an upgrade for the elites eventually. But as you can see, these guys only cost 25 gold. The Vikings' unique infantry unit that solely heals itself, strong versus infantry and siege weapons, but weak versus archers. By the way, I forgot to read the boat. The longboat, Vikings' unique ship that fires multiple arrows. Strong versus war galleys, land units, and buildings. And the upgrade eventually helps them out a bit more too. So we get these guys out. Plus, they come out. If I didn't have instant build, it wouldn't matter. They would still come out, I think, relatively instantly. They have 12 damage and 1-1, which actually makes them a little more tougher than some of these other unique infantries and everything like that. We're going to quickly also check the university for these upgrades I thought they would have. Yep. That's actually it for those two. Lastly, let's boost up here so we can properly get them. So 12, 1-1, and 65. They immediately get boosted to 14, 2-1, and 74. Not to mention a upgrade that also helps with their healing over time. Lastly, the elite longboats have 8 and 3, 8 range power, 7 range, and 160 health, making them a tad bit stronger. And then lastly, the very last monument in the game is an absolutely wonderful looking, like, longhouse thing. Oh my god, look at this! Oh, that's so cool looking. I'm really curious, because for Vikings, I assume this is kind of like the command, like a big command structure almost for them. Like they'd come in here as like a hall for eating and command and like tacticians and such, I think. Based on what I kind of remember of Vikings to an extent, but that is a crazy looking building. But I think that is it for them. So our final resign, Lima, I've been defeated my last time. But that is it for this one very long video compared to my normal ones, which are only like 12 minutes. But you know what? I got through like 8 of them. 8 of them. I got through like 15 of them. Just count, because I think the last was the Mayans. The 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it was 12 or 14. Just absolutely crazy amount in a single video, but I'm happy to not have to do it. This game's amazing, but I was just showing you guys like very little differences, and I didn't like that anymore. So I'm happy to fully be finished. You may see it'll be a while before I do AOE 3 first off. If I could find cheats, maybe I can do it and just do, of course, like this one, just do a really long video but show off all of them. In that one I might not even do this format. I might do the format I was going to do originally, where I was just going to skip ahead and show you the different units and everything. Because in that one, they don't really change aesthetically between each like this one does. So that one will probably be actually a little quicker on your guys' end for this. So, as always, I'd like to ask you to like and comment. How did you enjoy this series? I do need to get back and comment what each of these wonders are. I keep meaning to. This one will have, of course, a lot of them in it. But which one is your favorite wonder, I guess, throughout all of them? It's the most unique structures, and of course, in the game, and I just really want to know which one they like the most. A lot of them are really cool. I don't like to downplay anything like temples, shrines, churches, and just castles. But they tend not to be the most interesting of them compared to the other ones, such as like the Vikings last one, the spire ones that are really huge and everything like that, or the other ones that are really cool. But just tell me what you think. And as always, as well, I like to ask you to subscribe. If you do, I think you're wonderful. If you don't, I still think you're wonderful. So it's completely up to you. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.